Hey there, welcome to ITV. I'm Ambika Kulburgi. We continue today with Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley's trade delegation that visited India end of last year. Today, we begin with the clips of India-US World Affairs Institute members checking in at the ITC Moya Hotel in New Delhi.
I won't hesitate to say that this US-India High Technology Group, which has been in operation and has been meeting, has not really achieved what it intended to. And I think this meeting today and during the day provides excellent opportunity to show some concrete movement in that area. So I think with these words, I'll formally welcome all our distinguished panelists, the delegates from Maryland, USA, our Indian business people who are here today, and hope all of you find it a rewarding learning and a useful experience over the next few hours, and followed by a meeting where Governor himself is going to be present. And we hope to sign an MOU as well between FICCI, and hopefully that will also provide a platform for greater engagement, greater cooperation, and opening of windows for both India and for Maryland industry.
In the last 5 years, we also had lots of global partnerships. Particularly, we had major partnership with Wellcome Trust UK to bring back a bunch of biomedical scientists back to India through research arrangements. About 100 people have come back already. We have another re-entry R&D project to bring back overseas Indian scientists to take up research in India. So between all these programs, about 200 people have come back. There also global partnership worked very well. And we have global partnership with USA, UK, Sweden, Finland, Germany. The most attractive partnership program in that, to me, from an industry point of view, is 2-into-2 relation. That is, an industry in India, an academic institution or a university set up or a lab in India, that is 2, industry and this, and collaborating with industry and a public sector institution in the foreign country which is collaborating. Although the biotech industry in general, if you see the Asian region, compare with South Korea, Japan, and say for example China, our own neighbor, the biotech industrial growth and the biotech industry size in India is small. But the potential to grow faster is very high. But the key is partnerships and alliances, besides our own either government or industry.
Give you a story of Medimium. We are an industry-leading biologics organization, but I wanted to start because you wanted to know the history and why is it important for us in Maryland. We were born in 1988 as a small biotech. We were founded by 3 scientists, 2 from the government and one from academia, 1 from government, and 1 from industry. And in 23 years, we have grown from an employee base of 3 to right now about 3,500, and we are currently fully owned biologics arm of AstraZeneca. We are a company of first, many of you may know us. We launched Synergis, which still continues to be the only antibody for infectious diseases, really helping our premature infants who could get affected by respiratory syncytial virus that all of us carry around. I joined Medimium in 2006, beginning of 2006 when we were 1,600 employees. Today we are 3,600 employees in the last 5 years. When you think of this really economically difficult times in the last 5 years, we've actually grown by almost 3-fold or 2-fold. And the reason why Maryland is so attractive for us is there is such a huge availability of really talented workforce that we can tap in from both the academic institutions, but the whole Eastern Seaboard, that we are able to really attract this talent as well as keep the talent that allows us to grow in Maryland.
It's a pleasure to address this group today on this, my first trip to India. I have to confess, as I'm going to describe in a moment, the fate and the trajectory of SB Microsystems already has been linked with India, and my official purpose in being here is to explore how to push that relationship along further. I do have a second or ulterior motive, which is that I've always been a big fan of Indian food. One of my best friends growing up was Bengali, and I was always welcome into his house because I always ate what his mother put in front of me. So it's been a huge pleasure to get to eat the food, especially here. The local food in Delhi has been remarkable. SB Microsystems is an engineering services firm, and we do that as well as contract R&D for the medical device and life sciences industry. In particular, our mission is to make big ideas in medicine and biology small. So what do I mean by that? We are practitioners of microtechnology, so we are using microfabrication methods to miniaturize instruments and medical devices. And the 2 key areas where we are seeing a lot of work and development and action in the medical device market are in implantables. So we just heard a little bit about that field, and also in point-of-care diagnostics.
Few people know that India has the highest disease burden of any country in the world. Our disease burden is 1.5 times that of China, which has a higher population than we have. Our disease burden is something like 7 times more than the United States. So what are the key components of disease burden? Where is the need? Infectious diseases forms a very key component, and childhood diarrheas and childhood pneumonia are very important there, and India is desperately looking for ways to prevent these so that infant mortality can come down. But beyond that, India has what is called the dual burden. Diseases which were previously thought to be diseases of the wealthy nations of the world afflict India just as much. So we have a disease burden for ischemic heart disease, for example, that is several times more than the United States. We have a humongous disease burden for psychiatric illnesses. We have a huge disease burden for oncology. So those are the key areas. And as this country grows to become the third largest economy in the world in the next 30 years, this disease burden will need to be addressed. And companies that are able to address these needs will have a huge opportunity in India.
I am Vinod Jain from the India-US World Affairs Institute. It's my great pleasure to be here, and thank you, Vicky, and everyone else for inviting us for this wonderful forum. We are the official partners for the Governor's Trade Delegation to India. And you may have seen a little booklet which gives our own delegates. You hold delegations, of course, more than 100 people, but we have a delegation of about 25 with us. These guys are really interested in doing business. And as I hear from the presentations this morning, partnerships, alliances, those seem to be the themes for doing business in India. So without much ado, we have a number of speakers. I was asked to remind them it's only 3 minutes per person, but maybe let's do it 2.5 minutes. The reason is that we need to finish by 11:45, and after that we need to go upstairs for the main session with a larger group, where the governor will also be speaking and Dr. Rajiv Kumar will also be speaking. Okay, let me invite Dr. Irving McConnell, who is on my left. He is the CEO of the McConnell Group and part of the India delegation.
I'm going to try to just run through some slides real quick to give a perspective on the McConnell Group and some of the things that I see in trying to build a bridge to India.